Okay, hello again. After the report comes the proposal. Very similar concepts. If we look, the objective, to suggest an action plan for the future. We're going to see in a moment, but this is the difference. A proposal suggests something for the future. The report normally looks back, but we'll see that in a moment. The structure, like a report, introduction, section 1, section 2, recommendations. The same thing goes, as I said, for a report. Use a title, a factual title, write introduction, blah, 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 right? Depending on the main body, it will indicate it in the question. We're going to see a question in a moment, but you write a factual title for the paragraph, for each point you make, okay? One paragraph, you're going to talk about one point. Okay, you write factually a factual title so we know what we're about to read. And then the recommendations at the end. Simply write recommendations, and you give your recommendations at the end. The style, it's the same as the report, formal, impersonal. So, okay, as we said before, we use passives, we use formal style. As such, no contractions. As such, no phrasal verbs. I try to avoid these as far as possible. As I said, it's so similar to a report. Here we have an example. It talks about the city council has rehabilitated a formerly abandoned building in the neighborhood where you live. It wants the building to be used for the benefit of the community, is asking the local residents for proposals. And you as a local resident are going to write a proposal outlining what you would use the building for and why your proposal would be the most beneficial for the community as a whole. Okay, so again, the title would be a factual title. Okay, proposed use of formerly abandoned building in, maybe invent the street or invent the neighborhood, give your own neighborhood. Then the introduction, and then the main body. Okay, proposed use of building, or why this use would be the most beneficial. So you simply use the words there, paraphrasing them, but use the words and write factual titles for each point you're going to make. All right. As I said before, proposals are like reports as regards register and structure. So I said the register, formal, impersonal, okay, and the structure with titles and headings. But there is one significant difference. Reports are written about something that happened in the past. You remember the report from the one we looked at before? It was a team building weekend, okay? So it's something that happened. Proposals deal with something in the present future. This is something that you would like them to take your proposal into account, and you would like them to follow through with your proposal because you think it is the best proposal. Okay? It's something which always deals with the future. The use, these are things you should use grammar-wise. Future tenses, okay, we're talking about the future. Use future tenses, use conditionals, modals, and passives. Okay, so again, it's impersonal, so the impersonal part, use a passive. Use a modal, should, ought to. Okay, you're giving recommendations. All right, so this is modal verbs are important in all types of writing. But if you're giving a proposal, you're proposing something for the future, bear in mind this use. And the conditionals. Okay, conditionals. We're doing C1, so it's nice if you can get in a mixed conditional or an inverted conditional, which shows at the same time your command of grammar. Okay, but conditionals are another nice formal piece of expressing yourself. Here we have some useful vocabulary. Okay, as it said, report expressions may be used, and we've got some possible uses here, possible phrases that we can use in the introduction. The purpose of this proposal is to the main body. Okay, it would be helpful to students. It would be of great benefit to students. And in conclusion, I feel strongly this is the best way to, okay, despite the effort required. These are all formal statements, and you could see in the main body we've got would and would. So we've got the use of the modal verbs, we've got conditionals. Okay, you can see the last two sentences, despite the effort required, this would be a worthwhile step. Okay, so try to use all this useful vocabulary, and there's much more you can use. Thank you very much.